another video reviewing the Skylanders Giants Starter Pack for the 3DS. Now, this is actually like the game that came out like 2 years ago. So you may be asking yourself, Sean, why are you just now reviewing a game that came out 2 years ago? Well, I intentionally stayed away from the whole Skylanders thing because I'm pretty sure it's gonna fly. It's gonna just explode. And maybe, but this could be the last year where Skylanders and the Disney Infinity its competition is really relevant. But I picked this one up on a whim because A, it comes with the Portal of Power that's kind of pretty much necessary, and B, it cost me a grand total of $8 after tax. So that's cheap enough that I could justify picking this up. So basically what Skylanders is I'm probably going to cut that out. Basically what Skylanders is it's a game that you play on your system, but you use these toys. Another reason this was so cheap is that this somehow got really, really dirty, really partially broken. You use these toys and you put them on that portal that I showed, and then you play with the little monster that's in the toys. And of course, what's really been selling these and what really has made Activision a crap load of money, 3 words toy makers love to see: collect them all. There's like, there's 48 toys in this generation, and each generation, each game that comes out has a lot of toys that theoretically the people who buy it, which are usually children, want their parents to buy for them. Like, they want to get Cinder. Actually, I think Cinder is one of the ones that's included. Yeah, Cinder's. Actually, this is Undead Cinder. So this counts for Spooktober because it's a zombie. Yeah, you got, Flashwing. So yeah, supposedly these are all Spyro from Spyro the Dragon, who was like one of the very first mascots for the Sony PlayStation. Supposedly these are all like Spyro games, but they've kind of superseded that. Let's see. The starter pack includes the video game, the character poster, the Portal of Power, 3 Skylanders figures, which I can definitely see out there, sticker sheets with secret codes, and trading cards. Yeah, this is pretty much all just like basic type of stuff. Oh yeah, all Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, which was the first game, toys work with the Skylanders Giants game. So that means that if you're a latecomer, you can go buy more toys too. So 48 toys is not enough. You can buy more. Oh, and take your experience further with battle packs, like the Dragon Fire Cannon, which actually looks pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Oh, sold separately, of course. So let's crack this baby open. and take a look at what's inside. Well, here's the game. As I said, this is the 3DS version. It came out for every system that was around back then. So, you know, it's got its manual, the thing itself. Let's slide this out. Okay, put that away for a minute. Oh, it also doesn't tell you one other thing it comes with. It comes with 3 AAA batteries. A bunch of little kids are probably yelling at me for being stupid. Okay, this is the portal of power. Looks like it connects through. I want to say that's an IR port, which I guess is on the system itself. Because there's a USB cable or mini USB port. What else is back here? These are the stickers and the trading cards and the foldable map thing. Maybe I'll show them later. And the most important thing, you notice that the portal wasn't viewable in the front, and the game was hidden in the back. No, the important thing here. The important thing here. It is stuck in. Oh, that's really well. Okay. The important thing here is these toys. These toys are why this game was $60. Let's take this one off camera. I think the thing with the thing with this one, because like each of the games has a niche thing. Each of the games has its own little thing. I think this one was the giant figures, which are huge, and you go put them on the portal like that, and then they're like huger. Still getting over my cold, flu or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, that's where I'm talking about this was. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, these are the sticker sheets. It looks like there's one of these for each of these characters that we. Oh, here's the sticker sheets. Looks like there's one of these for each character that we got. There's Cinder, Punch Pop Fizz, and Tree Rex. Oh, good God, that's a terrible joke. Oh, God. And then there's a card for each of these. These are actually pretty nice looking cards, so not gonna lie. Cinder. Which is odd because I didn't even know, like, I knew of Skylanders and I knew that, but all I really knew about was the toys and the portal thing that just pops right in there, and then you put the toy on and then the toy can play in the game. I didn't know about the trading cards. The trading cards were like, you know, there's an instruction manual for, I guess this is for setting up the portal. Not important. And here's that map, or chart, or whatever it was. I'm just going to unfold it off camera because yeah, this is almost 10 minutes right now. This is a huge. So yeah, it looks like this is all the figures you can collect. So you can put this up on your wall, kiddies, and then oh, I knocked over Cinder. He's not knocked over. You can put this up on your wall and then see all the ones that your parents haven't bought you. Okay, so I'm going to play the game for a while. I might even make a little video of setting up the portal and show off my final thoughts. And unfortunately, since this is the 3DS version, I can't really capture footage. I'm just gonna have to like videotape it from the screen because there's no really easy way to capture footage from a 3DS. So we're gonna take a little break and come back, and I'll show you guys how it all works. Okay, so I played the game for a while. I'm actually going to play it a little bit right now on screen. Sort of, because I have to show all this other stuff. Scoot this over a bit. Okay, there we go. And I have some thoughts about... That was a bit loud. About the game. First off, luckily, you don't need to keep the portal connected to your system the entire time you play it. Actually, so far I've only had it once, just to get my characters in the game. Basically, what you do is now it's loading. First off, glare. Second off, focus. Okay. What you do is you, for the most part, you have two characters at once. You can switch. I love his name. You can switch pretty much at any time, and they level up independently of each other. Alright, now. Hi, Luke. You can see here, Cinder here is at level 8. T-Rex is also at level 7. And I'll show you how to change them here. There we go. Okay, you go onto this thing. Now you have to aim the infrared port on the back, the infrared port here to the infrared here. So this is I'm not really going to be able to show it perfectly because... Okay. And you need to turn on the... Okay, place a toy. We're going to place this one, which I haven't actually done yet. Okay. And now the character Pop Fizz, who is now here. And now I don't need to use the portal again at all. I can turn the game off and turn it back on, and Pop Fizz and T-Rex will still be here. Now apparently my battery's dying, so I need to stop for a while and charge the battery. So I'll play the game a little bit, later. It's really just a basic basic third-person platforming game. The platforming isn't perfect, and one of the reasons I was using Cinder is because Cinder has a better double jump. But you need to have one of the giant characters, who, as you can tell, are quite a lot larger than the other characters, because there are certain areas you need to go through, and the game really does a lot to encourage you to buy more of the toys. So I'll show you that in a little bit, but first I need to charge my camera. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I have the battery fixed, well, charged. So now I can show you what the gameplay of Skylanders is like. You start off on this hub world called Flynn's ship with your Skylanders. You can switch between the two at any time just by tapping on them, and then they yell their name. Okay. So yeah. You talk to Flynn, and he'll ask you where you want to go. I guess we'll go to these sand dune seas. That's where we are. And each level there's, of course, the dog decides to drink water now. At each level there's a couple, or there's a few objectives. The story mission is to locate, this one's to locate the map piece. There's a different mission objective each time. There's bonus missions, which you can do again after you've cleared a mission. Then there's challenges. One's always to collect a certain number of coins, which I'll show you later. Then there's 2 elemental gates. And each Skylander has Thank you, Luke. Thank you for adding to that. Each Skylander has an element on the bottom of their thing. It even goes for the giants too. This one you can see has the little. Oh, actually, it's really hard to tell, hard to see it. Okay, here we go. This giant has the like leaf one, which is actually green, but the bottoms of all of these are orange, which I guess probably helps with the NFC. And Pop Fizz here has like this like starburst one. And Cinder has the skull one. Actually, the skull one is one of the ones here, so we'll go back and we'll replace Pop Fizz with Cinder so we can use the elemental gate for him. And now we have Cinder back. Oh, and I just realized I didn't put that back in focus. Okay. Now we have Cinder back, so let's go back to Flynn to talk, to go to this. Okay. So, and then there's there's a number of giant areas which only the giants can go into. In this one there's 2. So while we're going through the mission, we're going to see the giant areas. And then the 4th challenge is different. In each one it's like collect a number of treasure chests. This one it's locate 10 jackalopes. And then there's a piece to the map that we need to do for this while this loads. As far as I can go. And there's an intro cinematic, and I just bumped my camera. Yep. The graphics on this game are actually pretty good for a 3DS title. Obviously, it doesn't look as good as the Wii U or the Xbox 360 or whatever, but it doesn't look too bad. Okay, but yeah, basically just run and jump, and then there's a couple attacks. And yeah, and then after you collect a certain number of coins, the coins have double value for a little while. which is useful when you're trying to collect the certain number of coins. And then there's some mediocre combat. Skylanders is really a pretty generic hack and slash 3D platformer. Focus proper again. Skylanders is a really generic hack and slash platformer that has really cool toys that everybody wants to get. And with those elemental gates that I showed you, that encourages some kids to buy as many of the... Oh, that was one of the jackalopes? Okay, whatever. That encourages the kids to buy, or to get their parents to buy, as many toys as possible, because that way they can unlock all the gates and get the highest scores. Which, of course, is the main goal. Oh, I'm doing actually pretty well for looking at this sideways. So that's a cactus. Oh yeah, there's also like food or fruit to increase to regain your health. As I said, it's a fairly generic by the books type of platformer that has something interesting about it. Okay, I'm just gonna stop for right now because that's enough for this. Yeah, it's a generic by the books platformer that also has cool toys that all the kids want to get. The Skylanders isn't about the game. It's not about this. It's about these. Not this specific one because it came with the thing, but Skylanders it's trying to get you to buy these toys. Is it a good game? Not really. I mean, if I'm getting a 3D platformer for my 3DS, I'll just get one of the Mario games, or maybe Sonic Lost World, or even. I'm not gonna get one that wants me to buy a dozen $10 toys in order to play everything that I need to play. So, obviously, this review really isn't necessary because, frankly put, if your kid is demanding that you buy the newest Skylanders game for Christmas, or his or her birthday or whatever, you're gonna probably get it anyway, just because otherwise the kid won't ask for anything else. Would I recommend it? Unless you really do. I will say this much. These toys are actually pretty well designed and well articulated. Well, you can't actually articulate them, but they look really good. They're very good looking toys. And the portal it serves its function as well as you can imagine. From what I've heard, the 3DS portal with a micro or mini USB will work with the PC and the PlayStation and Wii, the PlayStation 3 and Wii versions, but not the Xbox 360. So theoretically, I could go and buy like the portal, because the Sky with Giants at least, I'm not sure about as much about with the newer ones. It came with the starter pack, which included the Portal and these 3 toys, and also came in the Portal Owners pack, which I think just had Tree Rex. Still an amazing name. Pop Fizz isn't really that good. And Cinder's kind of a generic-y name, but oh my god, Tree Rex. Then, so you could use your Portal, and it would come with and it had the game. Still, I think this was either this version was either 60 or 70 when you first bought it. Actually, how much did it say it was on this? Okay, according to this, it was $60 at Target. This game was $60 at Target when it came out, and I think it was more expensive for the Xbox 360 and for the console versions. For $70, for $60 or $70 for 3 admittedly nice looking toys and well designed, well painted and all that, I don't think it's worth it for that, because the game is not really great. Yeah, it's kind of cool that you can put them there and then play with them in the game instead of playing with, because you can't actually play with these toys. They just don't move. You can't move the wings, you can't move Tree Rex's arms or Pop Fizz, and you can't even take this little like beaker thing out. So I'm not going to give it a rating because it's kind of useless. You obviously, if you're really into Skylanders, you'll like it, I guess. I haven't played the first game and I haven't played any of the other games. But otherwise it's just nice little looking like little mini statuettes. And a thing you can plop them on to make the game to make them play in the game. But the game isn't really that great. So I certainly wouldn't pay $60 for that. And I wouldn't pay $60 for any of the new games either. And I have no intention of buying 3 or 4 or 5 more of the little toys for $10 a piece. Though I've seen them at some places for like $5, or even I saw like one FYE for like $2.50 a piece for some of the Skylanders Giants ones. Even that still, I mean, yeah, they're good. They look nice and they're well designed, but they're just little molded plastic figures. They don't move or anything. So that's my thoughts on Skylanders Giants. If it's the only thing your kid's asking for Christmas, which would be weird because Skylanders Giants is 2 years old, but if Skylanders is the only thing that your kid is asking for Christmas, then sure. I mean, it's not super violent or anything. The enemies just explode in a little puff of smoke. But would I suggest buying it as a game itself? No. The figures are nice, but I would suggest getting the figure. If you can get the figures, if you can get like a bunch of the figures for like $10, sure. If you like little figures, but they're certainly not worth $10 a piece. Even with the little NFC, I think these. I want to say these are NFC chips, but I'm not 100% certain. I would probably rather get the Amiibo from Nintendo for that, especially because those don't require anything extra unless you have the old 3DS like I do. Or even the Disney Infinity ones, at least are regular Disney characters that everyone knows. These are characters that were made exclusively for this. Actually, Skylanders is a continuation of the Spyro franchise. But still, the Spyro franchise isn't nearly as well known as Marvel or the Disney movies or whatever. So it's the first, and it's so far been the most successful. But I have a distinct feeling that maybe this year, maybe next year, the Skylanders and the and the Disney Infinity. Not quite as much with the amiibos, because the amiibos are at least going to be used for multiple games, and multiple games that are really good. Like Mario Kart already had, I think it's going to have amiibo support, and I know Super Smash Bros. Will. And everything I've heard about Super Smash Bros. Thinks it's going to be pretty amazing, and the 3DS version is one of the reasons that I didn't finish this review until now, because I've been playing Super Smash Bros. On my 3DS pretty much all the time. I've logged already over 10 hours into it, and for a 3DS game, for me, that's a ton. Still, the figures are nice, but the game really isn't. The game is your generic hack and slash platformer. It's been done better a dozen times before, and they're not asking for more. They're not asking for $60 plus, say, I think there's 8 elements. Oh. Yeah, there's 8 elements, and you have 3, so you need 5 more figures. That's another $50. That's $111 to play the whole game, which is obscene for a mediocre at best title like this. So that's my thoughts on that. Stay tuned. I'll be reviewing other stuff soon. Have a nice day.